Imagine your entire country just goes dark. Today, we're diving into some incredible, powerful footage that's been smuggled out of Iran. It shows an uprising that's happening in complete silence. We're going to unpack the regime's strategy, the people's unbelievable defiance, and their urgent message to the world. So let's get right into it.
So, what's happening? For 3 full days now, the Iranian regime has hit the off switch. We're talking a total internet and Wi-Fi shutdown, a complete digital blackout. It's cut people off not just from the world, but from each other.
And, this isn't just about not being able to scroll through social media. It's way more serious. Families can't reach their loved ones outside the country. And maybe even more terrifying, it gives the regime total freedom to do whatever it wants with no one watching. This is a calculated move, pure and simple. A strategy of isolation.
Okay, so here's our game plan for this explainer. We'll start with the regime strategy, then we'll zoom in on the individuals who are lighting the spark. We'll look at the incredible defiance on the streets, hear a powerful message from Iranians abroad, and finish up with a call for solidarity.
So let's dive into this strategy of silence. The first thing to get straight is that this isn't some technical problem or a glitch. No, this is a weapon. The whole point is to keep protesters from organizing and, just as crucial, to hide whatever the regime is doing from you, from me, from the rest of the world. And there's actually a name for this kind of tactic. It's called collective punishment. Think about it. Because some people are protesting, the regime is punishing everyone by cutting off the internet. The source material we're looking at is really clear on this. It's a straight-up violation of international law. So with all that said, who are the people at the center of this? I mean, despite this total blackout, some footage is still getting out. And it shows these unbelievably brave individuals who are really the engine of this revolution. Just look at this. This is a scene from that footage. A woman standing on top of a car, no mandatory hijab, just wearing jeans and a t-shirt. I mean, wow. The source points out that just a few weeks ago, this would have been unthinkable, an instant arrest for sure. But today, it's an act of leadership. And the defiance is getting smarter, more targeted. Protesters are actually finding the homes of IRGC officers. These are the regime's enforcers, and they're marking them. It sends this chilling message right through the community. We know who you are. We know where you live. And this right here just perfectly captures the symbolism of what's happening. The source material lays it out with this incredibly powerful before and after. On one side, life under tyranny. On the other, the simple act of a woman removing her hijab. It's shown as this total transformation. From being oppressed to, as the source puts it, all of a sudden she looks like a free woman. And all these individual acts of bravery, well, they're building on each other. They've snowballed into this massive open defiance right out in the streets. At this point, it's not just about personal freedom anymore. This is a direct challenge to the regime's power. And we're seeing this defiance play out in a few key ways. First, people are targeting the regime's infrastructure. Second, they're literally destroying its symbols of power. And third, they're reclaiming public spaces, often with pure celebration.
And look at how direct this has gotten. We're talking about footage that shows protesters throwing Molotov cocktails at police, setting fire to IRGC buildings, and even destroying police cars. And then there's this. A picture of the Supreme Leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, going up in flames. That is a hugely symbolic act.
But it's not all fire and anger. The source material also shows these incredible moments of pure joy. You've got footage from Tehran, the capital, of people just celebrating in the streets. They're singing, they're dancing together. It's this beautiful, powerful way of taking back their city and their culture. So all of this, it's all building up to a really direct message for the rest of us, for the world. While people are fighting on the streets in Iran, the Iranian diaspora is watching from abroad. And honestly, they're frustrated. They feel like the world is just shrugging its shoulders. And that frustration is summed up in this one raw question, coming from an Iranian speaker in the US that was captured in the source material. It's just, where are you guys silent? It's a direct challenge. You can feel the anger and the confusion in it. And it's aimed right at the people they think should be their biggest supporters. And they're not being vague about it either. The speaker in the source specifically calls out groups like the political left and the pro-Palestine movement. They even named celebrity activists like Mark Ruffalo, asking why they're so quiet about Iran. And they have another question. Where are the big international humanitarian organizations on this internet shutdown? And this quote, this really gets to the heart of it all.
The speaker just lays it bare. Our lives have been taken away from us. You guys have everything. It's this stark, painful contrast between their reality, where you have to fight and die for basic rights, and life in the West, where, let's be honest, we can take those freedoms for granted.
So, okay, where does all that frustration lead? Well, it's not just anger, it's channeled into a really clear and direct request. The source material actually ends with a call to action for everyone watching. And what they're asking for is actually pretty simple, but it's incredibly powerful. They're asking us to be their voice, because right now, theirs is being silenced. Share their videos, share their words. Just talk about what's happening. The idea is to amplify their struggle, to keep the spotlight on them until, as the source says, the day they are liberated. Which really brings us to this one final critical question. The fight in Iran, it's a fight for freedom. Yeah, but it's also a fight against being erased, against being ignored. As we've seen in this footage, people there are risking absolutely everything just to be seen, to be heard. And so it leaves us with this thought. When a nation goes dark, who provides the light?